Some of the breaking news coming in. Walmart, the world's largest retailer, is issuing a new warning today, warning the company will have to raise prices due to President Trump's tariffs.
Dollar stores are expanding aggressively and updating their locations. This comes as Walmart and Target chip away at their customer base. The Wall Street Journal says Dollar General and the Dollar Tree, the nation's largest dollar store chains.
It's kind of crazy. You don't hear of things like Walmart closing.
Walmart's profits slipped in the first quarter. Not crashed, not stumbled, slipped. But that small slip could be the start of a landslide. Why? Because even a minor change in Walmart's margins can reverberate across the entire American economy. And now, the giant is openly admitting, we can't keep prices down forever. Middle-class and low-income families, those who depend most on Walmart's pricing, are feeling the strain. Cleaning products, food, basic necessities, they've all quietly gone up by 6% to 9% since spring. That's not just inflation. That's a targeted strike on the American wallet. And here's the kicker. The source isn't China. It's not shipping delays. It's not pandemics. It's Washington. The tariffs imposed by President Trump under the guise of curbing inflation are doing the opposite. They're fueling it. And that's just the beginning. Let's talk numbers. Walmart closed Q1 of 2025 with $165.6 billion in revenue. Seems solid, right? But zoom in. Net profit margin dropped from 5.2% to 4.45%. That's an $850 million black hole forming under the company. And if you compare that to the previous holiday quarter, when Walmart hit $173 billion and a 6% margin, it becomes clear. Walmart has lost up to $5 billion in just a few months. So who pays for that? We do. Consumers. You. Me. Every family that walks into a store expecting a bargain but walks out with a bruised bank account. Walmart was blunt in its internal communications. Price increases are inevitable. Axios and Bloomberg report the company has held diplomatic-level meetings with Chinese, Vietnamese, and Mexican manufacturers to renegotiate terms. Think about that. This isn't business as usual. These are retail diplomacy summits, corporate trade negotiations happening in the shadows, without a single vote cast. This is high the stakes have risen. Home goods, textiles, cleaning supplies, everyday essentials are all caught in the crosshairs. Walmart has absorbed what it can, but the cushion is gone. Walmart's classic strategy, low prices through high volume, is under siege. A few billion in lost margin? That's not just accounting. That's the beginning of systemic stress. The unshakable is shaking. And here's an uncomfortable truth. Trump's campaign slogan, "We're curbing inflation," is ringing hollow in Walmart's fluorescent aisles. The receipts are exposing the truth. American consumers are paying the price for a political chess match. And China? Far from backing down, it's playing hardball. When Walmart demanded lower prices from its Chinese suppliers, the response was swift. We'll sell cheaper, but we'll cut supply. Translation? Both sides lose. Vietnam and Mexico smell blood. Behind closed doors in Washington, Vietnamese trade envoys are carving up a potential post-China retail map with Walmart and Nike executives. But here's the dirty secret. Replacing China isn't easy. It's not fast, and it's definitely not cheap. Moving production means rebuilding everything: packaging, quality control, tax schemes, warehouse management, logistics. The cost? Staggering. The time? Long. This isn't just a supply chain shift. It's a supply chain upheaval. So what now? Interestingly, Walmart has turned inward. There's now a task force proposing to scale up domestic production, made in USA products, from olive oil to shoes. On paper, this aligns beautifully with Trump's local jobs, local products narrative. But there's a catch. American-made products are expensive. Higher labor, smaller scale, more regulation. So even if Walmart goes patriotic, the shelf prices still rise. A romantic notion for customers? Sure. But at checkout, they'll feel the burn. Meanwhile, Trump isn't backing down. Speaking to reporters after returning from Central America, he insisted that giants like Walmart will absorb the tariffs. But here's the blunt reality. They can't. Walmart's profit margins are already razor-thin thanks to pressure from Target, Amazon, and Aldi. Absorbing billions in tariff-related costs would risk investor confidence, slow e-commerce expansion, and undercut share buybacks and bonuses. And remember, Walmart has spent years and billions trying to catch up to Amazon online. That effort hasn't broken even yet. It's still a money pit. Asking them to take another financial punch? It's like asking a marathon runner to sprint the last mile on a broken ankle. By year's end, Walmart's revenue may reach $670 billion. Sounds impressive, until you realize analysts expect tariffs could eat up 2 full percentage points in gross profit margin. That's a $13 billion gut punch. This isn't about pennies. It's about the very foundation of Walmart's business model. It's about whether the American dream of affordable living can survive a trade war. And Americans are noticing. A family in Iowa reported they now pay $5 more every single week on groceries. Promotions like buy diapers, get detergent free are vanishing. According to surveys, 60% of households have switched brands in the last 60 days. If Walmart loses its psychological edge, if low prices becomes just another slogan, consumers could flee. Target's discounts, Aldi's stripped-down pricing, Amazon's convenience. They're all waiting to pick up the pieces. The next battleground? Politics. Trump's China is robbing us. Rhetoric plays well with nationalists. But here's the paradox. His own voter base is the one bleeding from price hikes. Will Americans see a rising grocery bill as a sign of victory or betrayal? The answer to that could shape the 2024 election. Meanwhile, Walmart is doubling down on its e-commerce platform and membership program, Walmart Plus. But here's the question. Will struggling families fork out $98 a year when most already pay for Amazon Prime? Will they finance 2 memberships for the same groceries? If Walmart Plus flops, the company loses its last fallback to absorb rising costs. That means Phase 2, steeper price hikes. Fresh reports from Vietnam and India show that factories are not yet ready to fully replace China. Infrastructure gaps, labor shortages, certification issues, it's chaos. The fantasy of a quick, cheap China exit is being exposed as exactly that, a fantasy. China, for its part, isn't folding. It's offering deep discounts, custom support, freight subsidies, doing everything short of begging Walmart to stay. And in the background, the White House is drafting new tariffs. Wall Street is taking notice. Investment banks are now splitting forecasts. With tariffs versus without tariffs. One report even warned that if Walmart's margin compression continues, the 12-month stock price target will drop by 10%. Yes, tariffs could shake Walmart's stock price. That's not just economic theory. That's retirement accounts, mutual funds, pension portfolios, all exposed. And what about small businesses? Walmart's promise to buy American sounds noble. But local producers can't scale quickly. Banks aren't lending. Compliance costs are high. In short, it's a PR strategy, not a real solution. Not yet. And finally, the tipping point, consumer psychology. Walmart is trying to mask the price hikes with scattered promotions and bulk discounts. But the data is clear. When prices rise, shoppers shrink their carts, shift brands, shop less. This isn't just a short-term sales blip. This is a demand shock. Fixing prices by pushing them up causes damage that Walmart may not be able to undo. And here's the real danger. If Walmart, the bedrock of American consumer confidence, starts to wobble, what does that say about the economy itself? As we march toward the election, we're left with one brutal question. When Trump says America is winning, will voters see the savings or just the empty space in their wallet? Because history reminds us, it's the economy, stupid. And in 2024, a new slogan might rise from the aisles of Walmart. It's the prices, Mr. President. So what do you think? Is Walmart truly helpless? Or is this retail war the spark it needs to reinvent itself? Is Trump fighting China or draining America's wallet? Sound off below. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on notifications, and like this report. We'll see you in the next video, where your grocery bill might be even higher.